Welcome back to Coincrafts, the channel where we dig into the stories and values behind the coins we use every day. Today, we're doing a deep dive on the 1980 cent. We'll talk about its history, its key varieties, and finally, answer the question you came for: what is a 1980 penny actually worth? The Lincoln Memorial Cent was introduced in 1959, replacing the wheat ears reverse to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For 2 decades, it was a stable design, but the late 1970s were a time of economic turmoil, high inflation, rising metal prices. The composition of the penny, which was 95% copper and 5% zinc, was becoming a problem. The metal in each penny was nearly worth more than 1 cent, so, in 1980, the U.S. Mint was actively planning a major change. In 1982, they would switch to the copper-plated zinc penny we know today, a core of 99.2% zinc with a thin plating of copper. What does this mean for our 1980 penny? It means that in 1980, all 1-cent coins were still made from the traditional 95% copper alloy. That's our first key takeaway. Every 1980 penny has a solid copper core. And just based on its metal content alone, that makes it intrinsically valuable. Today, the pure copper melt value of a pre-1982 penny fluctuates, but it's usually worth about 2 to 3 cents in metal alone. So, right off the bat, every single 1980 penny is technically worth double or triple its face value. Now, you can't legally melt them down for profit, but that intrinsic value is an important starting point for collectors. In 1980, pennies were struck at 3 different U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. And the mint that made the coin is crucial to its value. Let's break down the numbers. These mintage figures are huge, which is why this coin is so common. 1980, Philadelphia, 7 for 14,705,000 struck. That's 7,414,000,000. It's a P mint mark, but in 1980, Philadelphia coins didn't actually have a P on them. No mint mark means it's from Philadelphia. 1980, D, Denver, asterisk 5,140,098,660 struck. Again, over 5 billion. This one has a small D mint mark to the right of the date. 1980, S, San Francisco, 3,554,806 struck. Wait, did you catch that? 3.5 million, not billion. Million. The S mint mark means it was made in San Francisco, and these were not released for general circulation. The 1980 S penny was only available in that year's proof sets. These sets were sold directly to collectors and contain coins struck with specially polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish. With any common coin, the value is almost entirely determined by its condition, or what collectors call its grade. A coin that's been rattling around in circulation for 44 years is going to be worth a lot less than one that was saved in a coin album right from the start. Let's walk through the conditions this penny has been spent. It's lost its original luster, it's scratched, and its details are worn. For a 1980 P or D, this is worth exactly 1 cent, though its copper value is 2 to 3 cents. This coin never entered circulation. It still has its original copper red color and full mint luster. It has no wear or scratches. This is where collectors get interested, even for common dates. This is the 1980 S struck for collectors. It has a mirror-like background and frosty-looking devices, the raised parts like Lincoln's portrait. They are beautiful and were carefully preserved. Alright, the part you've been waiting for. Let's assign some actual numbers. Remember, these are retail values, what you might pay at a coin shop or online, and they can vary. Now, for the one that's actually exciting, the 1980 S proof penny, because it was only sold in sets and preserved by collectors, it's almost always found in perfect proof condition. A standard 1980 S proof penny in its original packaging *** is worth $1 to $3. The entire 1980 proof set, which contains 6 coins including the penny, sells for about $8 to $12. So the penny makes up a small part of that. the premium version is the 1980 S-proof penny graded as Deep Cameo or Ultra Cameo *** by a service like PCGS or NGC. This means the contrast between the mirror fields and the frosted devices is exceptionally strong and beautiful. A graded PR70 Deep Cameo, the perfect grade, can be worth $25 to $50, so, what should you do? Next time you get a handful of pennies, take a quick look for the S mint mark, ***. It's your best bet for finding a 1980 penny with a premium. If you find one loose in change, it's a minor miracle and probably worth $1 or $2. Look for uncirculated, red coins, ***. If you have an old coin jar or roll from the bank, you might find a 1980 P or D that's still bright red and shiny. Set it aside. It's not a retirement fund, but it's a nice little collector piece. Respect the copper, ***. Many collectors save all pre-1982 pennies for their copper content, believing that one day the laws may change or their intrinsic value will be officially recognized. So, to answer our original question, is your 1980 penny worth a fortune? For the vast majority of them, the answer is no. A circulated 1980 P or D is worth 1 cent in spending power, but 2 cents in its heart of copper. But the 1980 S-proof is a legitimately collectible coin, and any 1980 penny in pristine, uncirculated red condition has a small premium. The real value of the 1980 penny isn't just monetary. It's a historical artifact. It's the last of its kind, a pure copper warrior from the end of the disco era, right on the brink of a major change in American coinage. It's a tiny, tangible piece of a transitioning economy. So, don't just spend it without a second thought. Take a look. You never know what story you might be holding. That's all for this episode of Coin Canvas. Did you find a 1980 S in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more numismatic adventures. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.